is today's word of blessings for you. 1 Chronicles 29:10-15. David praised the Lord in the presence of the whole assembly, saying, "Praise be to you, Lord, the God of our father Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. Yours, Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the majesty and the splendor, for everything in heaven and earth is yours. Yours, Lord, is the kingdom, you are exalted as head over all. Wealth and honor come from you, you are the ruler of all things. In your hands are strength and power to exalt and give strength to all. Now, our God, we give you thanks, and praise your glorious name. But who am I, and who are my people, that we should be able to give as generously as this? Everything comes from you, and we have given you only what comes from your hand. We are foreigners and strangers in your sight, as were all our ancestors. Our days on earth are like a shadow, without hope." Today's title is The Joy of Giving God. God is the greatest giver. He gives all things to all. There is nothing in us that has not come from God, including the fundamental things such as a life, family, and our nation. But God is not just a giver. He happily takes from those who willingly give to God. Of course, God does not take from people because he needs anything from us. God just loves the heart that is willing to give. Giving God is the best proof of man's love for God. We see a good example of such a heart of giving God in David. David asked a lot from God. We can see it from the Psalms he wrote. He asked for God's salvation from many troubles, even at the mouth of the lion. He asked for God's protection from the countless enemies. He asked for vengeance of God upon his enemies. Of course, he asked for daily bread and water. It is no wonder that he received so much. Ask, and you will receive. You do not receive because you have not asked. The clear and simple principle of prayer that Jesus stated holds true all the time for all people. But David wasn't just asking. He was a great giver too. That's what made him outstanding and precious in God's eyes. We see such grateful and giving heart of David in today's passage. He was giving all that he had, including tons of gold and silvers, for the temple of God that he would never see in his own lifetime. The people of Israel followed him. As they give God in such a way, they were all exuberant. David and the Israelites were also happy that they were able to give God so bountifully. David praised God, saying, "Who am I, and who are my people, that we should be able to give as generously as this?" They knew all that they gave have initially come from God. They were indeed such cheerful and joyful givers. I believe that this is one of the characteristics of the golden age of David and Solomon. They gave cheerfully to God as much as they received bountifully from God. Not many people, including some Christians, are not so good at giving as in asking. How about you? Our God never twists people's arms to force people to give. He has no need to do so. But he loves the cheerful givers, for he loves the grateful hearts. Are you such a cheerful giver?